right, everybody. Welcome to another Facebook Friday Live. And we have a really, really special guest for you today. But before, well, you can see him there. But before we introduce our special guest, let us know where you're listening in from and what the temperature is there as we're starting to warm up. It's Friday, April 14th. 2023 is zooming along. And I've asked Carrie Barrett to stay with us for this episode of Facebook Live as we kind of grill down with Trucker Steve, our special guest, and really try and understand how does somebody that is a trucker for a living, how do you make the PlantStrong lifestyle work? I'm trying to get my head wrapped around it. And Trucker Steve, you're going to help us figure it out, because if you can do it, I'm sure just about anybody can do it.
Yes, and this was a surprise to be on camera today. So I put my best veggie hat on for everybody today. I love it.
Thank you, Carrie. So Trucker Steve, where are you right now? Are you in your truck?
I am in my truck. I'm in Indianapolis right now. So just north of there. So I'm headed out west.
Wow. And how often are you on the road?
I'm on the road. The last time I've been home it was Christmas. But often. I don't go home often. So I'm on the road 24/7, 7 days a week, months at a time. I take time off. I was just on vacation about a week ago. So
yeah. And so what kind of a truck do you drive, and do you work for a company? What do you usually haul in your trucks?
I have my own business. I have a 19 Freightliner, and I haul dry van. But I've done a lot of other stuff, reefer, flatbed. But right now I'm doing dry van. It's right now. I go and haul food products all the way to manufacturing products, clothing products, general freight. So right now I have some conveyor belts in my truck right now. So.
Right. Steve, tell me, how did you become a trucker?
Well, my dad always did it, and I learned from him. He taught me how to drive. At a young age, and it was a passion of mine. I used to stay home in the Northeast, and I had the opportunity of working for some companies, and I wanted to see the rest of the country, and what better way of seeing it by driving a truck and getting paid for it.
So tell me, what's the best thing about being a trucker, and what's the worst thing about being a trucker?
The best thing is seeing, different parts of the country, seeing different people, in their journey, seeing manufacturing places of how they produce stuff, make stuff, that's probably the best. The worst could be roads, people driving, thinking that we could stop on a dime.
Yeah.
We call them four-wheelers, but cars. A lot of people don't really give us the benefit of the doubt, because everything comes in ships by truck, and no matter what your product is, what you wear, what you have, what you own, it all comes by a truck. And and I think that's what people don't realize.
Yeah. So Trucker Steve, you're PlantStrong, aren't you?
I am.
All right. And how long have you been?
Move I did.
And I have some photos, some before and after photos that I'll be popping up on the screen here throughout. But your story is incredible.
So we're gonna dive into your story, Steve. But I want to know, So how did you come to find this whole food, plant-based lifestyle?
Been on, obviously she's a friend now, but through a YouTube channel, and she knew that I didn't feel good, and I had angina, everything, and she knew I didn't feel well, and she motivated me by just, hey, just, because I always made the excuse, and she's like, oh, just try a veggie burger. I said, okay. And then I tried it. It was actually good. And then after that, she just motivated me and pushed me hard and saying that you have to take care of yourself because nobody else is going to take care of you. And she's been a great motivational tool for me. And, and that's one of the biggest things, how I survive out here is you need that motivation in that push to say, focus and you're gonna enjoy your life. And within, like I said, when I started this in July of 22, I had angina and chest pain, and I knew I wasn't gonna make it. And
Steve, how big? How you told me this on the phone the other night when we were chatting. What was your approximate weight back then? And I'm going to pop up a photo that you just told me.
550 pounds.
550 pounds.
550.
Yeah, and you said that photo on the left is of you in college attempting to golf.
Well, that was actually a reunion picture. So that was like in 2017.
Mm-hmm.
I always been active. Around 16, 17-ish, I was in construction. So it's not like I was just eating unhealthy food.
Well, so let me ask Steve, again, I am so excited to hear about your story. How did you get to 550 pounds? Did you eat a enormous amount of food? What was it?
It was eating late at night, eating something, a lot of stress in my life at the time. It was, just eating emotionally, which is not good. Stress is, like I said, stress is a big part, really big part. And I just wasn't eating healthy, eating late at night. You eat late and then you go to bed. It's like, oh, that's not good. Eating, soft drinks are really bad. And it just, wasn't like I just was unhealthy food. And,
yeah.
And being I went to chef school. So, I always loved my meat and, and food like that. It would just, you really look at it, it's unhealthy for you.
How old are you, Steve?
I'm 48.
Okay, 48. And so how much weight have you lost? And I want to say I appreciate, because you join a lot of our Facebook lives.
When I can.
Yeah. And so you're always chiming in, and I see your comments and stuff. But for those that don't know who you are and haven't come across you on our Facebook Friday Lives, how much weight have you lost since?
About 175 since July of 2022.
Okay, so
Less than a year.
So
yes.
I think the question that I have, and I'm sure that everybody else does, is how do you lose 175 pounds in that short a period of time? That seems like a lot in less than a year.
I think a lot of it was water weight, because I was bloated and a lot of water weight. I stopped and just eating healthy. I love my oatmeal with raisins and cinnamon, and throw a little nutmeg, because nutmeg's good for you.
Okay.
I got my blueberries in it, which I love.
What kind of blueberries you throw in there? Frozen or fresh or what?
They're dried.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, they're dried. But just eating a lot of veggies, salad, no oil. When I cook with water and a little bit of like my veggies. I cook with white wine, little garlic.
Nice.
And then also when you use that water, you could save it and use it as like a vegetable stock because so don't throw it away.
Do you have like a little stove in your truck that you use to cook?
You want to know what I use? I have a rice cooker / pressure cooker. I have a little electric skillet. I have a microwave. I have a toaster oven. And I have my coffee maker that makes, well, it's actually, I call it a coffee maker, but it makes my tea, my hot tea.
So you have all that.
Knives, that's it.
You have all that in the cab?
Well, yeah, you can't see it.
Yeah.
But I have a big mixing bowl like your big bowl. I have a bigger one and a smaller one. A couple whisks. I got some measuring cups. But when I cook, I just throw it in, taste it because it's me. And if it doesn't taste the best, I add more. And I got a tea bag that I showed Carrie.
Yeah, show me that bag of yes.
This is all my stuff in my tea bag.
What do you mean? What do you mean your stuff? What's in that? Like what's in there?
Oh, I got amla. I got cranberry powder. I got pomegranate powder. I got my blueberries. I got barberries. I got elderberries. I got golden berries, and I got goji berries. And
that really is your tea bag. Okay. Wow. Now, Steve. So do you ever eat at the truck stops or where do you go to get your food? Do you go to grocery stores and then haul it around with you?
Yeah, I got a portable refrigerator next to my truck, and then I got another refrigerator with a little freezer in the back. So like a dorm freezer, like a refrigerator. It's a double side. And with technology now, you could just order online and go to the store and just pick it up, or I like to go in because sometimes I like to pick my stuff, and usually when I go in there, I buy more than, more veggies than anything else. But yeah, that's what I do. So
were those first couple of months? What were those first couple of months like? I mean, because I feel like our bodies, it's the whole pleasure trap thing, right? Our bodies are so used to that highly palatable, addictive flavoring in all of our foods, and then to suddenly make a switch to vegetables. Were you a grumpy dude for those first couple of weeks until you adjusted?
It was hard. I don't know if I was grumpy. I was, I think the problem is that you always say I can't do it, but you can. And the biggest thing is trying to read labels. I mean, I never did that. Even as a chef, I mean, I never read labels, and that's the biggest thing. You have to read labels, and you have to know what's in this product because a lot of this product is unhealthy. And that's why Rip, your product is great. It's you eliminate the oils and salt and sugar, and a lot of people don't realize that. You just have to read the back of the labels, and I could spend 30-40 minutes just reading labels. I mean, I had probably about 3-4 months ago, I had a lady, oh, you'll find what you're looking for. I said, I understand, but I'm just reading labels to see what's in it, so I'm making my choices of that. And she didn't understand why I was doing it. And and I have a picture of what she had, but it was, her husband's birthday party, and it was stuff that was not good for you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Do you have family, Steve?
I have, family, like brothers and sisters and a mother and stepdad.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
So.
And are they aware of what you're doing, and do they care, or are they, what do they think?
They know what I'm doing, and a lot of resentment, even though they wanted me to have surgery, and I refused to have surgery. And, in '07, I did a doctor supervised diet, where I lost 136 pounds in 3 months. But I had an unfortunate, stressful incident that,
Yep.
made me gain it all back and some. So, but this is the lightest I've probably been since high school, college.
And aside
Wow.
from losing the angina, what other side effects are you experiencing?
Well, I had psoriasis bad, so I stopped taking my psoriasis medication. Um, I'm still the biggest one in my family, and my blood pressure is lower than my mother's. My mother is, probably 160, 150, 160 pounds, and my is lower than hers. That's how my blood pressure dropped. It dropped probably almost 20. It was about 126 over 70, I think, and it was about 144-ish over 85-ish.
Yeah.
So it dropped a lot, And like I said, my angina went away in 2 weeks when I started
playing. Did you ever have any issues sleeping with like needing a CPAP or anything like that?
I have. I still use it.
Yeah.
It makes me sleep well.
Yeah.
I needed it. I was bad. When I took the test back in 19, they said it was 119 times a minute that I think it was a minute or an hour. I forget, but that's how much I would,
right.
stop breathing.
Probably an hour, but wow, that's a lot.
It is.
Geez, Steve. What about, did you have any like kind of acid reflux or anything like that? No.
No, I'm lucky, Rip. I really am.
Yeah.
The biggest probably thing was, me being big, and basically my angina and stuff. So
what about, so were you pre-diabetic? How were
no, I was lucky.
That is really, really phenomenal.
Yep. I was very, very lucky.
What about, Steve, what about exercise? Is that something that you have ever incorporated in your life or trying to?
I didn't. I mostly walk now. So before I used to park as close as the truck stop because, I always used to walk and pretend like my pants were falling down, but it was me stopping because I needed to take a breath. But now I'll park as far as away, and then I'll do my walking. If I have a chance, I'll walk around the truck stop or just keep on walking back and forth from the truck stop to my truck. And that's basically what I do right now. Eventually, I'll start, doing some more exercise when I lose a little more and stuff. So.
Yeah. Listen, I want you to know that just walking is phenomenal. And there's so much research to support just 10 minutes of walking and what it can do to basically flush out all kinds of toxins. Obviously, we get the endorphins going. It's so congratulations to you on, just walking. That's great.
Yeah. And I just saw one of my buddies I worked with, and he didn't even recognize me 2 weeks ago. I haven't seen him in a couple of years, but we talk every day. Yeah. And the only reason he knew it was me is because I told him to get my truck by just jokingly, but he did not recognize me. Did not recognize me.
Yeah. Unbelievable. I'm going to show you this was a before and after that you sent me, and this was only 2 months. This was only a 2-month transformation, but the difference in your face is startling. And and had you ever experimented with a plant-based diet before, or was this the first time? I know you said you were under a doctor's supervision diet several years ago, but is this the first time that you went all in on plants?
Yeah, this is the first time all on plants. And the other one was more of, limit of your portion size, but no, this is first time plant-based.
Yeah.
So just for everybody that's joining us today, if you have any questions for Steve, throw it in the chat, and we'll see if we can get Steve to answer your questions.
Yeah, and I think Alicia, might that be your friend? Because she's saying that your joint pain also improved, so she knows some things about you. That so it sounds like she's a good friend.
She's basically my role model. Yeah.
Wow.
I didn't see what she wrote because I'm paying attention to you guys. So
yeah. Well, Steve, you're getting a lot of people that are just, doing huge congrats to you. You'll have to watch this again, Steve, and just look at the comments. Okay. But but somebody here wants to know, well, it's Alicia says, what are you drinking these days besides tea?
Just a lot of water. I have at least 4 teas a day. So I have a big mug. I put 2 tea bags in. I have green tea and hibiscus tea, plus all that stuff I named. And I drink that, and then just water. I used to love soda and soft drinks, but that's not good for you. But just water,
Yeah.
Water.
Valerie says Trucker Steve is an inspiration. If he can do this, driving a truck, then we all can. Yolanda, so happy for you, Steve. Mike LaRoe says, what are your favorite foods, Steve?
I love mushrooms. Mushrooms is my
really.
That's the one thing we don't agree on, Steve.
Why?
How do you like your mushrooms? How do you prepare them?
I just like them steamed with white little garlic and white wine, and you steam them. I love them. I mean, I loved mushrooms since I can remember. When I was young. But I love mushrooms. Love them. Mm-hmm. I could eat mushrooms. Even out of a can, I could just eat mushrooms. That's how I love mushrooms.
And they are so, they're such a superfood. And I always joke that I married a fungi. I don't eat them.
I appreciate everybody's comments, and thank you.
Yeah. And I think you already addressed this kind of early on, but how often are you on the road? I mean, you're on the road for like months at a time or a month at a time?
Months. Yeah, months. I mean, I used to do 4 to 6 weeks and then take a week off. But since owning my own business, I get a lot more time, on the road. But I come back, or what I do is take a break where I deliver and like what I'm gonna do, or an area like stay in Tennessee for a week, and I'm open and free now to do what I want to do. So
that's nice.
Yeah. I was gonna ask,
Margaret says, "Man, I wish I could hang out with Steve. We have the same tastes." All right.
I know that
Margaret. This may be a hookup right here. We'll see.
Yeah. So I have a question. How about this one? Oh yeah, that was Shivam.
Shivam says, yeah. Go ahead, Carrie.
I'll ask Shivam's question first, and then I have a question for you. Are you a complete vegan to accomplish this? Meaning, are you plant strong? Are you completely plant strong?
I'm plant strong, not vegan, because vegan is different than plant strong. So yeah, vegan has issues, but plant-based, 100%.
Yeah, that's great. And
people don't realize the difference between vegan and plant-based, but plant-based, 100%.
Yeah. Well, and I know that it sounds like you're reworking your schedule to make it a little more flexible to you, but I know that there's tremendous pressures on, as you said, people who are driving trucks, because everything that we own is transported across the country at some point or another, and that you're under a lot of time restrictions to get things to where they need to be. And so that's why these truck stops and Buc-ee's and all of these wonderful places like Love's exist to give you
us.
Yeah.
No
Buc-ee's. Yeah, exactly.
They don't like
trucks. Buc-ee's has, I have gone in there and gotten some vegetables. They do have some carrot sticks and stuff. But my question is, like, are you now taking the time to like go into a grocery store where you wouldn't allow yourself that time before to restock your food with like the good stuff?
Yeah, it's you have to make time. You have to, and it's sometimes I run into a jam where you have to try to find something, but majority of the time I like to go to the grocery store and or I have stuff like Rip. I have your chili and stuff like that. That's good.
Nice.
Your pizza, the bread. Yeah, I got that, and
Yeah.
I bought a bundle. I'm gonna have to buy another bundle when I come back, but yeah.
Just wait, Steve. Just wait. We're coming out with 6 new chilies and stews.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Boy.
Yeah. They're really good.
Am I gonna have to give my quota what's good and what's not, or they're all good and what's better? What
I would love that. I'd love to get the Steve, hierarchy of good, better, best.
What's your favorite breakfast that you eat?
Oatmeal. I love my oatmeal with raisins, blueberries. Once in a while, if I have apples, I'll throw it in there, but I'll eat the apple on the side. But I put cinnamon and nutmeg in there. More cinnamon, just a dash of nutmeg. I love my cinnamon.
Steve, what does Alicia mean here where she says, wait, no, that's not the one I wanted to show. Wait, she said that. So what are the regulations as far as how many hours you can be on the road at a time? Are there any regulations?
Oh, there's a lot. So basically, I have a 70-hour clock for 8 days. So that 70-hour clock, I could run for 8 days. I could do a 14-hour clock on duty, but only 11 hours of drive time. So I can't drive more than 11 hours a day. So basically, I like to drive between 9 and 10 hours a day because that'll give me usually 9 3/4 hours every day. You could just continue lapping. Sometimes you have to run more, but so if I don't have any hours on my 70-hour clock, I have to do a reset unless I get hours back after 8 days, which is you're basically running on, they call recaps, your recap hours. So 34 hours you have to take in either sleeper berth or off duty, and then you could get your 70-hour clock back. So basically it's a break time.
God. Okay. So you said 70, the most you can do is 70 hours over an 8-day period. And correct. You kind of figure out. And so thinking if you average 10 hours a day, that's, that would be 80 hours. So it's a little less than that a day.
It's 9 hours and 3/4, 9 3/4 hours roughly a day.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a day. I mean, I don't like driving more than 8 hours when I got to drive, and I only do that like twice a year, and I'm exhausted.
And dealing with traffic, like you said, and other cars, and
this is construction time. Well, Rip, you're in Texas, so they're always doing construction in Texas.
Always.
Always.
Yeah.
Hey, Steve, how tall are you?
I'm I was 5'10", but now I'm about 5'9", 5'8"-ish, 5'9". Yeah.
Yeah, it happens. It happens. So, you sleep in the back of your truck typically?
Right. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Right over here.
Yeah, you got
behind this wall is, so basically I'm sitting in my cab right now, and behind that way right here.
Yeah.
Sorry, is my sleeper. So you got to realize it's a 72-inch bed roughly. So it's considered a 72-inch sleeper. So I have a 72-inch bed or a 68-inch bed, and I have only probably a 4x4 area to cook, because I sit on my bed while I cook, and I have a little table that I put my equipment on, or put my rice cooker, pressure cooker on the floor. But my refrigerators, when I sit and I'll be facing the front of the truck, my refrigerator, and then I have my extra one here on the floor. And that's it. I put all my stuff on my bed. Like my groceries that I cook and cut. And then I put them in Ziploc bags, put them in the refrigerator, and I like to keep them separate now because when I mix them together, they tend to because I batch cook. You have to batch cook, especially in the truck. You have to. But
we're big fans of batch cooking.
It's the best.
ABC,
Yeah.
always batch cook.
Yeah. I mean, batch cooking is the key. Because when you run late, you have something already there where you can just heat up. So batch cooking is 100%.
And you're batch cooking things like oats, and you're batch cooking like rice in your rice cooker, just easy access foods, and cutting up your vegetables, just stuff that's easy to grab while you are on the go.
Yeah, potatoes. I do potatoes and then let them cool. Put a little vinegar. Alicia wants me to eat my beans. I know I'm tough on my beans. I have to get my beans in more. But put my beans with my potatoes and throw a little vinegar in there, and you could put that on top of your salad. I'm very simple. I don't do a lot. I just do a lot of the same stuff.
That's the best way for success, I think. Keep it simple. Yeah. Steve, bunch of questions, but for starters, have any other truckers been inspired to try this? This is a question from Valerie.
I haven't met anyone yet. I think there's one in the chat that might be watching us that we're trying to. He has an unfortunate illness, and we're trying to get him to go plant-based, because going plant-based is probably the best medicine for cancer and other illnesses that people have, and people don't realize that. So, but right now I haven't had any.
Okay, got it. As Stephen Turner just said, we a couple of years ago we had a plant-fueled trucker. So Alicia says, share your chiropractor's reaction to your changes.
So I went to my chiropractor because I get my back adjusted for being on the road, and he's not plant-based, but he's I think he'd consider him vegan because he eats a little meat and stuff. But when him and his wife, excellent people, they came in, I walked in and their mouths dropped and they're like, oh my God, what did you do? Because I haven't seen them in a while. When I started this, and their motivation helped me also by he's like, what are you doing? What happened to you? You sick? And I'm like, no, I'm plant-based. And they were so motivated, and they were phenomenal. And they're motivated compared to some other people that I've known. So yeah.
You just have to stay your course. That's all any of us on this call can do, is just live by example. And Max Rip interviewed Max Lamont for the podcast yesterday, and Max had a very similar quote of like, everyone's welcome at our table. We're no matter where you are in your journey, we just want to share our experiences. And I love that that's what you're doing in your authentic way. And it sounds like being prepared with your foods and keeping it simple have been your keys to success. Do you have any other advice for other people who might be struggling to start or keep it going?
Yeah, like Tomas here, right? Who's in a similar situation. Yeah.
The biggest thing is, don't say no. You have to start in baby steps, and you need a good motivator. motivation. I'm sorry. You need someone to motivate you. It can't be a family member, because family members are not good motivators. They want you to be good and healthy, but they're not. You need someone to help you motivate, hopefully outside of family. And basically, you can't make excuses for yourself, and you just gotta have a mindset also. And and I know, Rick, you guys have motivation people that help people on this, and I commend you for that, because it's hard. You have to be motivated for this.
Yeah, we do have a coaching program that helps people through. So I know somebody asked about needing some inspiration. I think, was it Amy, who is going on vacation next week? Oh, Amy. Oh, you're hitting a cruise ship. That's just wow.
But the reality is, to me, cruise ships, they're going to have oatmeal. They're going to have veggies. Hopefully they're not swimming in butter or Crisco. And they'll have rice. I mean, you should be able to make it work. Just don't be tempted by all the other stuff.
A lot of fruit. And if not, go to the waitress or the waiter and ask them, listen, hey,
good point.
I'm on a specialty diet. Can you steam veggies or give me, and they most likely they'll do it. Have your own salad dressing, make it in advance, or just use vinegar for now. I don't know what they have on there. But
Yep. Good advice, Steve, for sure.
Basically, your rig is a cruise ship. You set sail every morning and you make it happen. But
yes,
you don't have
do.
an all-night dessert bar like most cruise ships.
You got to have that urge, to or know when your limits are, and just walk away sometimes. I mean, it's hard, but you have to walk away. I was at a thing in Florida, and people are just I just walked away when they did bad stuff. Not just eating bad stuff.
Right.
So,
right. Hey, Steve, do you have a favorite time of the day when you like to drive and be on the roads?
I like sunrises and sunsets, because you get gorgeous pictures. I take a lot of pictures on the road. I have over 18,000 pictures on my phone. It just and that's probably the best, is sunrise and sunset.
Right.
Sometimes at night when there's nobody on the road, but then you got to watch out for animals and certain other people that are not driving properly. So, but yeah.
Do you have an Instagram channel?
I have a YouTube channel. It's more of I do drones, and I haven't. It's just Trucker Steve, and I forget what the name is, but I haven't update a lot of stuff yet. I have other things to take care of first. But I do have a YouTube channel, and
I just figured with 18,000 photos of sunrises and sunsets, it sounds dreamy.
Yeah, I mean, I have some video on there too, but I have it all on disc, so I can always put them on there eventually when I have time. But
yeah.
Somebody put a comment in there that said they were thinking about becoming a truck driver, but steered away, pun intended, I'm sure, because they heard it was too hard to eat healthy.
It's not hard. I mean, the problem is people want the easy way out, where they want to be in the go, but you have to sometimes take care of yourself, and your health is more important than it's just like driving in bad weather. I don't in bad weather. I mean, a load I'd rather make it safe than hurt someone or drive in bad weather. And I mean, if the broker and the customer don't understand it, then I just won't do business with them, because you have to be safe out there.
Hey, Steve. Yeah.
Go ahead, sorry.
No. I was just wondering, like, what kind of cab do you have? Is it a Peterbilt? What's the latest and greatest these days?
Like people call it the Freight Shaker, but she's not shaking anymore. I did a lot of, I put some, but I have a 2019 Freightliner Cascadia.
Wow.
It has a dual bunk, but at the top bunk I have a lot of my storage, because basically I live out of my truck, and this is my home.
And so is this something so this is your own business, so this is your truck that you're like either bought or making payments on?
Correct.
Wow.
Yeah, I just started back in actually August. The companies I was working for, I wasn't, happy, and they made the decision for me to purchase my own truck again. So, I used to do Northeast, but it's just getting too much, and I wanted to see different parts of the country. So
yeah. And so what is your route now? What do you like? What's your territory, if you haven't? Everywhere. Okay.
I've done from Florida to Massachusetts to Rhode Island to Vegas to Cali to Washington to Oregon to Maryland to Ohio, then to Florida in probably 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 3 weeks, I think it was. Yeah. So I did about 7,000 to 8,000 miles in about 2 to 3 weeks. Yeah.
Wow. Do you have a favorite state right now?
I love Washington State. Certain parts of Washington State is gorgeous. Like Tacoma area, north of Seattle. Tennessee is gorgeous. Just the mountains.
Yeah.
I like Florida, but it's too hot down there. Like the snowbirds. But the water in Florida is gorgeous, like the ocean. I love Texas a little bit, but it's starting to get dry and too dusty. Parts of Colorado, I like. I like this. Even parts of California are beautiful, but it's just you have to know where to stay and where not to stay.
Have you ever been in an accident?
Not with my company, not here, but
yeah.
In 2007, I was in an accident. That's what happened. Why my decision of my stress happened. Yeah, it was, but not anything else. No, I've been safe. Yeah, and that wasn't my fault. So
yeah.
Do you feel that now you are, because it sounds like that last diet you said was like very calorically restrictive, and so you were working on portion controls, and now with the PlantStrong way of eating, it's like eating copious amounts of food. You could almost not eat enough.
No.
And do you feel like that's a better equipped your mind for these long hours and just your moods? Somebody else asked about your digestive systems, like has that improved? Overall, do you feel like eating this plant-based way has just been more abundant for you?
Yes. I always had, when I had the other, when you say portion control, I always make so much salad that I can't finish it. So, I have to learn how to, you fill up quick on plants. When you eat the unhealthy stuff, you eat and eat, and you always feel hungry. But with plant-based food, you fill up very, very quick. And the answer to the other question, digestive system, but much better. I mean, I know people don't like to hear it, but when you have a bowel movement, it's much easier. You're not straining when you eat other types of foods. But with plant-based, it's like
Good living. Good living.
Correct. Yeah.
That's right.
I know what you're saying, Rip.
Yeah.
I had a conversation with my 84-year-old mother yesterday, who I have her eating Rip's Big Bowl with a tablespoon of flaxseed every day, and she's so excited to tell me how much she poops now. It's great. I love it.
Well, people don't realize you have to study and people may think it's disgusting, but you have to discuss or look at your bowel movement, because it'll tell you if you're eating properly, even your urine. Unfortunately, if it's the wrong color, you're dehydrated and you're not drinking enough water. So people don't realize that.
Yep. No, so true. And what is it? I'm asking everybody out there, what is it about plants that allows us to make such wonderful, or I should say take such wonderful dumps? What is it?
I don't know, but it instead of sitting 10 minutes on it, well, I'm giving outrageous speech here, but when you're sitting 10 minutes to go to a bathroom compared to like a minute, not even, it's much better, and you're putting less strain on your insides. You know what I mean?
Hazel got the answer. It's fiber.
Yeah.
Fiber.
You don't have to force. Yeah. You don't have to force anything.
Good. Yeah, I should have known that, but I wasn't paying attention to that.
No, I know. I was putting you on the spot, Steve. I was putting you on the spot. Yeah,
and I think we know the answer to this one, but I'm going to pop it up here anyways. Yeah, Shivam wants to know, do you have any cheat or party days? And I think we already know the answer to that one.
I had one party day a couple weeks ago where I had an alcoholic beverage and it didn't go well. So no more alcohol. I did it. No more, because another thing that I do every day is take my weight. So I take my weight in the morning, before and after. So before I go to the bathroom, and after, because it tells you a different different scale. But after I had that alcohol, my weight didn't do well. So yeah. But,
yeah. Well,
no more.
Yeah.
Well, congrats on moving away from alcohol. I
wasn't driving a truck. I was on vacation. So, because we can't, I have a CDL and I'm not losing my license because of being something stupid. So I just want to clarify that. Yeah.
Good for you.
But Rip,
yes,
I just want to tell you, when I started this back in July of last year, I went to a baseball game in September, and I did so much walking. I probably walked about, it felt like 10 miles. And the next night, I used to, when I wasn't on the plant-based, I was always hurt and didn't have a problem. My legs were fine, my knees were fine. And that's another thing people don't realize. When you eat healthy and get to your weight, you're not carrying all this weight, and your limbs are not hurting. So that's another big thing.
Yeah. I just want to show this comment because I think it's really powerful. And that is, this plant-based girl here, 58, says, I can't have cheat days because it throws me completely off course. And I have found this, in working with people for the last, 14, 15 years, that, some people can get away with it, but a lot of people can't. And so if you're one of those people and yourself and the cheat days just throw you off course, then do your best to just keep it nice and black and white. That's a smart way to do it.
That is a good point. Yeah.
Yep. Well, Trucker Steve, man, this has been really great. Thank you so much for agreeing to come on and share your story with Carrie and the whole tribe here.
Rip, it's been a pleasure. I still got chills, and it's not because of the AC is on. You are a very motivated person, and you are very dedicated in what you do. And you know, when I watched your video of in the beginning, it was inspirational to me. So I appreciate you having me on, Carrie. It's great seeing you.
Great
And,
yes, great to see you.
I had a blast, Rip. I would do it again when I lose 400 or 250 or 300.
Hey, you know what? You have an open invitation to come on the our Facebook Live. Yeah, we would relish in watching you continue on your Plant Strong journey. Nothing would make me happier. So, thank you, Steve. Thank you.
You got my information. I'm always available. So I appreciate it. Carrie,
and Rip does a lot of work with heroes. That's been his MO from the beginning, is trying to get our first responders and our firefighters and our heroes to get as healthy as they can. But I would put you and your line of work also in that same category, because without you and the work that you and your brothers and sisters do every day on the road, we wouldn't have anything. So you are a hero.
Rip, I didn't tell you I was a volunteer firefighter in EMS. So yeah, I done that too. So
nice.
I saved lives. I've, rescued people out of cars and stuff like that. So, but yeah, it's just, I'm always there. I'm always there to help the people, and some people don't have that drive, or they don't have anybody to fall back on. So that's why, you're inspiration to a lot of people, and I hope I am, in years to come. So
you are. Look at all the people saying all these great, inspirational things about you, Steve. Yeah, for sure. All right, Trucker Steve, man, have a great weekend, and look forward to seeing you on the chat next Friday.
I'll be there. I appreciate it. Bye, everyone. Plant strong, right?
Keep it plant strong, Steve. Carrie.